좋은 일이 생겼습니다. 와! 바로 제 이빨이 빠졌습니다.
그랬군요.
기념으로 챕터 12와 13을 연속으로 읽을 건데 새로운 발음이 날 수 있을 수도 있으니까 이해해주세요.
네, 많이 응원해주세요. 격려해주시고요.
Chapter 12. The day Silky saved the day. I looked up. Terry was right. Flying cats. A whole bunch of them, 13 to be exact, with Silky in the lead. They were flying in formation, coming in low and fast like fighter jets. Oh great, I said, as if a giant gorilla wasn't bad enough. Now we are being attacked by a flock of flying cats. How do you know they are attacking us? Said Terry. Maybe they want giant bananas too. Cats don't eat bananas, I said. Everybody knows that. Besides, they look angry, not hungry. Maybe it's the gorilla they are after, said Terry. Look how scared it is. Terry had a point. The gorilla was no longer shaking the tree. It was staring at the cats. Its fur bristling. It roared loudly, but if the cats were worried, they didn't show it. They were definitely taking aim at the gorilla. We braced ourselves for 13 flying cats and one giant gorilla collision. But it never came. At the last possible moment, the cats separated into two groups, flew past the gorilla and soared up into the sky, where they reformed into a menacing circle high above us. That's when the gorilla started to climb the tree. There are no giant bananas up here, shouted Terry. We already told you that. I don't think it's after giant bananas anymore, I said. I think it's getting into a better position to fight the cats. No bananas. Banana. The gorilla climbed higher and higher and higher. Until it was standing at the top of the tree. It beat its enormous chest and roared at the flying cats, which continued to attack and torment it. The cats swooped and the gorilla swiped. Occasionally, the gorilla would strike the cats and send them crashing to the ground, but they always landed on their feet and rejoined the battle just as quickly as they left it. Eventually, the 13 ferocious flying cats became too much for the gorilla. It lost its grip, fell out of the tree, and crashed to the ground with a sickening thud. But the flying cats still weren't finished with the gorilla. Before it could get up, they swooped down, sunk their clothes deep into its fur and lifted it into the air. Then they carried it away. Banana. Well, it looks like Silky and her paws saved the day, said Terry. If I hadn't turned her into a flying cat, the treehouse would have been destroyed for sure. I was about to point out that the only reason the treehouse was in danger in the first place was because of him. His sea monkeys and his stupid giant banana. But at that moment, the doorbell rang. Oh no, I said. Not more sea monkeys, Terry. How could you? But Terry didn't answer. He was already gone. Chapter 13. The end. I raced after Terry, determined to stop him from hatching another bunch of eggs that might threaten our treehouse, not to mention our lives. But it wasn't Bill the postman and the door. It was Jill. She was panting as if she'd run the whole way over. What was that city I saw, she said. Flying away from your treehouse with a giant gorilla? Yes, said Terry. I elbowed him hard. He means no, I said. Yes, that's right, said Terry. I mean no. Jill frowned. I'm sure that was Silky. But isn't Silky white? I said. All those cats were yellow, and they were flying. Does Silky fly? You didn't mention it on your poster. Well, she doesn't usually, said Jill, but one of those cats was Silky. I'm sure of it. I'd recognize her anywhere. And you two know something I can't tell. You'd better start talking and fast. I'm sorry, I said, but it wasn't my fault. It was Terry. He painted Silky yellow and turned her into a canary. Well, a canary, I guess. And then she flew away. I'm really, really sorry. A canary? Said Jill slowly. Terry turned Silky into a canary? Yes, and like I said, I tried to stop him. But I'm so glad you did it, said Jill. Huh? I said, you don't mind? Not at all, said Jill. In fact, it's fantastic. I've been really wanting to get a canary, but I was worried that Silky would eat it. Having a flying cat is like having the best of both pets. Thank you, Terry. You're welcome, said Terry. If you'd like any of your other animals converted, you know where to bring them. Thanks, said Jill. I'll definitely think about it. Meanwhile, I'd better get home and put out some bird seed for Silky and her new friends. After she left, Terry clapped his hands together. Well, that all turned out pretty well, don't you think? I guess so, I said, except for one small thing. What's that? We still haven't written our book! There's no need to shout, Andy, said Terry. Just relax. It will all be okay. In what sense can I possibly relax, and how can it all possibly be okay? I said. We still have no book and it's due in tomorrow. How are we ever going to think all the stories of in time, let alone write and illustrate them? Easy, said Terry. We don't have to think anything up. We've just lived through a really interesting day. All we have to do is write it all down, draw some pictures, and we'll have our book. You know, I'm much smarter than Terry, but sometimes I get this really weird feeling that he is actually much smarter than me. That's a crazy idea, I said. Oh, sighed Terry, disappointed. So crazy, I said, it just might work. What are we waiting for then, said Terry. Let's get started. And so we sat down and wrote and drew, and drew and wrote. And wrote and drew. And drew and wrote. And drew and wrote and wrote and drew. And drew. Until exactly 4:45 p.m. the next day. We've done it, I yelled. But it's 4:45, said Terry. How are we going to get it to Mr. Big Nose one time? Our deadline is 5 o'clock. We'll never make it. Oh yes, we will, I said. But how? I don't know, I said. But we'll think of something. That's when we heard it. A jingling noise. Terry jumped up. It's Santa Claus, he said. Quick, get the stockings, hang them up, and pretend we are asleep. But it's not Christmas Eve, I said. In fact, it's not even Christmas. We went to the edge of the deck, and this is what we saw. Jill was flying through the sky towards us in a frame drawn by Silky and the other flying cats. Check out my flying cat's sleigh, she said as she hovered in mid-air beside us. Want to come for a ride? We can't, I said. We are busy. We are trying to figure out how to get our book to Mr. Big Nose in the city by 5 o'clock. I could take you, said Jill. These flying cats are really fast. Come on, climb aboard. And so we did. And that's how we got the book to Mr. Big Nose on time. And then he published it. And it was delivered to bookshops, libraries, digital e-reading devices, and even transferred direct into people's brains via direct-to-brain information delivery technology helmets. And then you read it and we all lived happily ever after. The end.
감사합니다.
Funniest. What's yellow like fish and can fly? A canary. Didn't you read this book? What do you get if you cross a cat with a carrot? What does a cat say when somebody steps on its tail? Meow. Ow. Why did the cat cross the road? It was the chicken's day off. Why did the shark cross the Great Barrier Reef? To get to the other side. Why did the shark spit out the cloud? Because he tasted funny. 이거는 그 틀린 그림 찾기로 이렇게 보시면 되고요. 위로도 한번 해보시고 다음에 이렇게 있는 워드 서치도 이거 해보면 재밌으니까 한번 구매해서 해보시고. 지금까지 13층 나무집을 들어주셔서 감사합니다. 와!
너무 애썼어.
처음에 우리 헬렌 선생님께서 13층 나무집을 사오셔서 유튜브에 찍어서 올리자라고 하셨습니다. 저는 유튜버들의 영상을 볼 때 어렵겠다고 생각했습니다. 그래서 불가능하다고 생각했습니다. 하지만 한번 해보자고 결심하고 처음 영상을 올렸습니다. 여러분들이 구독과 좋아요를 눌러주시고 들어주셔서 제가 지금까지 영상을 찍어 올릴 수 있었습니다. 다음 영상에서는 26층 나무집을 읽어서 올릴 예정입니다. 구독과 좋아요, 알림 설정 부탁드립니다. 감사합니다. 와
잘했어.